whisper of rain and light, and light shift, the night shift begins. The soft patter which roams, sprucing to clear the earth as the night air greets him with a cool whisper rustling his plaid shirt. Stars sprawl across the sky, a silvery tapestry offering secret kinship. The distant hum of traffic underlies the cricket serenade, soothing, haunting. Jake inhales deeply, then releases a long sigh, as if shedding unseen burdens, a history of regrets and directionless roads. He collapses onto a weathered picnic bench, his eyes seeking solace lift to the heavens. Lord of mercy, what am I doing out here? He whispers, his voice quivering, his words fragile. Bowing his head, he cradles it in his hands, fingers intertwining like ancient roots grappling for sustenance. He prays, words fragmentally fail but raise through the vast nave, where the grandeur of stone arches and intricate carvings that whisper stories of ages past and enduring faith never fail to fill me with awe. Yet tonight in the solitude of this sacred space, I carry the ache of loneliness, a deep yearning to belong somewhere, to someone. As I work, the rhythmic swish of my mop becomes a metronome to my thoughts, and I find myself speaking aloud, my voice swallowed by the vastness, Lord of mercy. I say the words raw with honesty. I feel invisible, I long to be seen, to find my place. Do you hear me? The silence that follows is thick and heavy, a tangible presence punctuated only by the steady drip of water from my mop. But somewhere in the quiet I sense a soft echo, like the gentle touch of rain on dry earth, hearing without hearing, a nudge towards some deep unseen trust. The echo of longing, I linger in the side chapel, where votive candles flicker like tiny beacons of hope, casting dancing shadows upon the ancient stone. A deep yearning wells up inside me again, and I kneel, resting my hands on the worn wood of the pew. The cool air seems to embrace me, cradling my whispered plea within its vastness. I am tired, Lord, I confess, closing my eyes against the darkness stretching beyond. Tired of being alone in a crowd, of feeling like a ghost in a world that races by without pause. Shepherd of my soul, guide me to where I truly belong. As if in answer, the organ in the loft begins to play, a gentle awakening warming up for the quiet practice that will soon break the dawn. Each chord vibrates through the air, a celestial symphony of hope. And I listen, yearning deeply to hear God's voice woven into the music's tapestry. And there it is amidst the melody, a subtle line of guidance finds me, a serene sense of God whispering, seek the awe in everyday moments and find me there. A new light, with renewed purpose infusing my spirit. I rise, the familiar texture of the scarf around my neck grounding me in its warmth. It was a gift from Abuela, who always believed it brought warmth against the coldest shadows. A tangible reminder of the love that carries us when we feel most alone. Outside, the rain has softened into a gentle mist, a delicate veil that blurs the harsh edges of the world. I make my way to the front of the cathedral, where the great wooden doors stand tall, imposing yet ever welcoming in the soft light of dawn. I see a woman huddled against the cold, her clothes soaked through, her face a mask of weariness and resignation. I hesitate, an internal battle waging between reticence and compassion, then remember the call I felt only moments ago. The action God nudged me toward courage stirs within as the organ plays its final resonant notes, and I step forward, offering her the scarf as a simple yet profound act of belonging. Come inside, I tell her, my voice steady with newfound assurance. There's light and warmth here. Her eyes, weary yet hopeful, flicker to life as they meet mine. In that brief connection, a spark of gratitude ignites, kindling a silent exchange of understanding and mutual recognition. Together, we step into the quiet sanctuary of the cathedral, the sound of our footsteps melding with the quiet crescendo of hope that fills the air. The warmth of the cathedral envelops us as we settle into a pew near the altar, the sacred silence wrapping around us like a comforting blanket. The woman wrapped in my scarf closes her eyes, a hint of a smile touching her lips, as if the whisper of the divine gently touches her soul. Holy One, light of the world, grant me eyes to see your wonders, even in the mundane, and a heart open to your whispers of love. Guide my steps toward you each day. Amen. A light in the rain, Act I, city of shadows. Dusk settles over the city. Street lamps flicker into life, casting shadows in the rain-soaked alleys. The sky, a bruised gray, promises more rain, and neon signs hum like distant stars. Their vibrant colors reflecting on the pavement. I tighten my coat against the chill, but feel the cold biting my bones. The scent of rain mingles with the city's pulse, a symphony of honking cars and hurried footsteps. Amidst this, I stand feeling lost until an old psalm surfaces, my grandmother's voice soothing. The Lord of mercy is my comfort and my song. Closing my eyes, I pray, Lord of mercy, I am weary and burdened, guide me through this storm. Let my faith, though dim, burn bright, my plea matches my heartbeat, warm stirring within, subtle as a whisper. It is as if the Lord Himself wraps me in an unseen embrace. On the edge of forgiveness, the city's towers loom, glass and steel forming an imposing fortress. The rain steady him, a pun to ease my internal struggle, drawn to a narrow stairwell. Each creaking step reflects my weariness. The walls cracked with peeling paint, smell of dampness, echoes of forgotten rains. Scenes from my argument with my brother replay, words like knives leaving deep scars. I pause on the stairs, regret pressing heavily, sinking onto the steps. The chill touches my skin and my heart clenches. Shepherd of my soul, I whisper, tracing the railing's rough surface. forgive my harshness, help me mend what I've broken. As my prayer fades, clarity washes over me, lifting confusion and guiding me towards reconciliation. This moment opens a window to divine understanding. My steps feeling lighter, driven by an unseen hand urging action. The fire within emerging into the night. The city's orange lit windows glow against the indigo sky. Beacons promising safety and warmth. I stand at my brother's door, heart thudding with fear and anticipation. I knock, the sound firm, despite my hesitation, echoing with inevitability. When he opens the door, his face mirrors mine, shadows of our exchange lingering. The dry heat of his apartment contrasts the night, grounding me. I'm sorry, I say, words flowing naturally like first rain on parched earth, promising renewal. I've been prideful and harsh, can we start anew? He nods, understanding passing between us, a silent exchange of forgiveness and hope. Hope flickers within, faith rekindling, shedding light on our path to healing. In this quiet moment, I sense God's presence in our shared warmth and forgiveness. Holy One, light the flame of faith within me. Guide my steps through the shadows, heal my heart with your mercy, and let your love transform my soul. Amen.
The chapel stood solemn, a forgotten sentinel whispering the past. Shadows stretched across the stone floor, ancient testaments of faith. Michael, a seminarian caught between belief and skepticism, carried the weight of unresolved doubts as he pushed open the heavy door, its creak a solemn welcome. The aroma of wax, incense, and old wood filled the air. Sunlight filtered through stained glass, casting pews in hues of orange and crimson. Michael's steps echoed with the whispered prayers of those before him, rising like invisible incantations. Approaching the altar, his mind was a sea of uncertainty. His mentors spoke of God's mercy, painting pictures of grace he found unreachable. Michael struggled with forgiveness of himself and others. Father Patrick sat nearby in serene silence, a steady anchor for Michael's troubled heart.
Lord of mercy, Michael whispered, his voice a fragile thread. Over the flickering sanctuary lamp, help me understand, teach me how to forgive.
Night deepened, and the world outside became a tapestry of stars. The chapel, now shrouded in quietude, seemed sanctified by the descending night. Father Patrick sat peacefully, hands resting in his lap. An image of communion with God, Michael yearned for guidance. Yet knew Father Patrick believed in listening over words. The silence between them transformed into a holy presence, an unspoken prayer shared between souls. In the sacred quiet, Michael's thoughts turned inward, drawn to the chapel lamp, a gentle, unwavering flame. He realized forgiveness must ignite within him from such a flame, unyielding and constant.
Lord, shepherd of my soul, he prayed again, deeper and quieter. Help me listen as Father Patrick listens. Help me find the light.
In the silence, like a wind's whisper, understanding dawned. He wasn't abandoned to doubt, but accompanied by God, a silent companion in his quest for clarity. Dawn's first light seeped into the chapel, illuminating the air with golden light. Returning to the pews, Michael felt an inner shift, subtle and profound, as if the world and his spirit awoke together. Born of prayer and reflection, his transformation aligned with the promise of a new day. Kneeling, words rose from an unexpected place. Holy One, forgive me as I have been forgiven. His voice quiet with reverence. Let me forgive others with grace as you have shown me. A warmth akin to the morning sun touched his spirit, a divine embrace of reassurance. The transformation incomplete, the illuminated path promised light and hope, nurturing his resolve. With resolve, Michael sought those he'd wronged or judged. Conversations weren't easy, fraught with pain and misunderstanding. Shadows of past actions casting long silhouettes, yet each act of outreach, each apology, and reconciliation thread into the tapestry of his restored faith. Silent prayers in the language of love.
The chapel aglow with morning light. Witness souls transformed by encounters with grace. Father Patrick in silent communion, watch the seminarian find his way back to God. Now aware of forgiveness, power within renewed spirit. O Lord of mercy, in the silence you speak, in the light you reveal. Let my heart be ever open to your guidance. Teach me to forgive as you have forgiven me. Amen.